Okay, we are going to do composite number 1 for skills. We're going to do an occlusal composite on tooth number 14. We're going to make sure with the shade guide that we're going to be using the right color composite. A2 will look fine. I'm going to use the mirror and the explorer to verify that we are indeed working on tooth number 14. And we're going to do anesthetic. We made the topical anesthetic, and then we'll be using the the red syringe because it's a shorter needle. We'll let the patient sit 5 to 10 minutes. Then we'll use the high-speed handpiece with the straight fissure or cross-cut fissure burr. Put a hole in the tooth. We'll use the slow-speed handpiece to remove the decay with the round burr in it. Then we're going to use the spoon excavator to make sure all the decay is gone. Now we need to use the etch. Keep in mind that this is an acid etch and it needs to stay right on the tooth. Depending on the manufacturer, we're going to let that sit 15 to 25 seconds. After that time, the assistant will then rinse it off with the HV in the water, being very careful to aspirate all of that etch. Again, we don't want it to touch any other tissues. Then we have to use bonding. It'll be 1 drop of bonding, and we'll put it on the little disposable micro brush. That's going to help make that composite stick. With the bonding, we then have to use the curing light. Depending on the manufacturer, will depend on how many beeps you hear. Now, if we use flowable composite, that's going to come out a little more liquidy. So we use the flowable composite, and we won't need any kind of instrument. We'll just go right to the curing light. Flowable composite comes in a certain shade as well, so we know it's the right one. If I need regular composite, it's going to be in the composite gun. Again, it would have the right shade in it. This is more of a putty, so then I'm going to need the plastic instrument, which is the only black instrument that I have. I'm going to pack it down in there and shape it. And then we're going to use the curing light. Now we're going to use the high-speed handpiece with football diamond burr or any other kind of finishing burr and the HV at the same time because the high-speed handpiece has water coming out of it. Then we'll check the bite with the articulating paper holder. If it's high, we're going to use the high-speed handpiece again. Once we're good, then we're going to use the slow-speed handpiece with the sandpaper discs, and there'll be a series, probably four different ones that we use, and there's going to be a fine mist coming off of it, or grit, so we're going to use that HVE so it doesn't get all over the patient. So we'll use that. When we're all done, we'll do a final rinse. The assistant will do that. And that is composite 1, the occlusal on number 14 for skills.